We should be just about live any second now. And I'm looking, and I am looking at myself, so that's pretty good. All right. So there's a couple things that we have to bring up here. Okay, let's just wait to make sure that we get a few people in here. And there we go. All right, so we're up on YouTube. Monster X, Marcus, how are you? So a couple things. For those of you that are going to be watching this, there's going to be a spoiler here. One of the bosses, it's not really a spoiler because if you're one of the 9,000 that watched the video that I had the developer here, he actually brought out the figure that we're going to be painting today. And you're going to get to see how this all comes together. Now, we've shown the figure on numerous occasions, but there is a bunch of backers out there that do not want to know any of the other bosses. This is only one boss, and it's going to be part of something that I had come up with, and we'll see how it all turns out. Hello, Helen Zeblik. So it all started when I was staring at this tree that I had. Okay, and this is one of the trees from Oathsworn. Now, the funny thing about it is, Salvatore, how are you? Actually, I was waiting for seeing him. Okay. So, anyways, everybody else got a demo kit. I did not get a demo kit. And I got a couple of figures. And I was thinking of what to do with them. I really can't do much with them over the next year or two. But I kept on looking at this tree, and I kept looking at this tree, and an idea had come to my head. And I said, what can I do with this tree? And I looked at the figures that I had, and I decided that we're going to tell a story. Okay? And whether this tree is for good or this tree is bad really is going to depend on what you guys decide to write, because you're going to help me write this story, and I'm going to build the story in a 1 foot by 1 foot box that we are going to build terrain, and we are going to paint these figures. Now, I'm not going to show you the figure because, again, I want to make sure that you know that this bad guy that we're going to be painting today is a figure that is going to be one of the bosses, and that you're going to need to check it out. Well, we're going to paint the tree, of course, Marcus, but we're not going to do that this week because we already have pre-recorded, and I'm going to walk you through a video that I already did of the creature that we had painted, and we'll take a look at him at the end also. And I'm going to, like I said, the neat thing about it is if you take down my email address, novaprime860@hotmail.com, maybe you can tell me a little bit about this tree, and what after you see this creature that we're going to be working on, and the hero that is going to face this creature and this tree, maybe you can write the story, and we will tell the story, and we will build the story, and just have some fun. Okay, and at the end, maybe I'll auction it off if it's nice enough, and we'll just have a lot of wrong. If I am wrong, was on your video with Toby? Yes, the creature was on the video with Toby. So, but again, I had put a picture up on Instagram, and people got a little, oh my God, we don't want to know. We want to know. Well, 9,000 people watched that video, and they know what this creature is. But again, I want to respect the guys over at Shadowborn, and just say we're going to start this very soon, and if you don't want to see spoilers, get out now. So there you go. So let's take a look how we painted this figure, and then we're going to come back, and I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing next, and we're going to have some amazing fun with this. I think it will. All right, so the first thing we got to do is downsize this, move this over here, and then we're going to go to our movie screen, because that's our new thing, movie screens. So, boom. There we go. And here is our video. And here we go. So, this is Signor Brown. And this is a contrast paint. So, what we're going to do, and he's going to come into the screen, our star is this giant beast. As you can see, I kind of tested it out a little bit. I wanted to see how the contrast paint, I had primed him in a sear gray, and the reason for that was, yeah, there we go, is I really wanted to darken this guy up. I want to make him extremely dark, and I want that skin to be dark, because we're gonna paint that whole area there, and and I hope everybody can hear me okay. Do you recommend contrast paints? They're good for some certain things, but you're going to see that it's good for a base of what I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to see the detail through it. So using this contrast paint as a base paint really helped me kind of build outwards with this incredible model. I mean, just look at that dude. I mean, he's pretty incredible. Now, this is not the final product, and I just want you to know that this is a prototype of what the boss may be. It may even change even more, or whatever, or maybe they have it planned something else. But pretty much Toby did the sculpt on this, and it was incredible to see this thing. And he was nice enough to let me have it. So I promised him that I was going to paint it live on air, which we are doing. But I wanted to cut a lot of time out. Instead of trying to do this all and bore everybody to death, what we're able to do here is edit this and kind of fit it all into about 20 minutes. That way you don't get incredibly bored watching this. I'm actually looking at the chat on my phone, so that's why I keep on looking over. Because I wanted to keep this full screen so you guys can see every bit that I'm painting here. And I don't know if I go all the way through here, but just taking that contrast paint and really working it in there, it really helps. And you can see, look at his knee. Okay, take a look at his knee. I don't know if you can see my little mouse here. Okay, but you see how that kind of shot that goes through. Yeah, Toby was expecting that more detail are going to be added. Yeah, so this is a prototype that we're working with, and I thought it would be nice to paint it up and maybe get your review with Toby made me back this. Too good. Thank you, Zeblik. All right, there he is. He's see how we just transition in. We cut all that time out. So as you can see, that as a base, it's nice and dark in there, and that's exactly what I was looking to do. I really wanted to make that really dark because I wanted to build outwards. Okay, and you could see how the contrast paint kind of rejected a little bit. The next thing I'm going to do is take some Steel Legion drab, and this is the first time I'm seeing this. And yeah, you can see I just started with the post there, so I'm going to take that and his staff with that poor dude tied onto it. We're going to use that as an undercoat for what we plan on doing here. So we're just trying to get all the areas here and really kind of work that in. It helps base painting and shades at the same time. Well, the way I do things are sometimes different, and I just have a different way of doing things. Everybody, there's no right way to paint things. Now over to the right, all those guys in red, those are actually from Cthulhu Must Die. Cthulhu Death May Die, excuse me. I was filming two things at the same time. So that's how you get a lot of stuff done, is doing it at the same time. So we're going to take that color, and as you can see, I also took and went over his backpack. And I'm just taking, look what I'm doing with the leg here. Do you see how I'm just going over the top and lighting, just trying to get the higher points, the kneecap, the thigh, some of the veins there, very easily into there. Just kind of working that in a little bit. And I'm not worried about too much because I'm going to go over this. There we go. Hey, Godzilla lover. Good to see you, as always. See how his vein comes out here? Hold on. Let me just stop it right there. See that vein work right there? You see how just going over that a little bit really starts to bring out that vein? We're looking to see how the muscular, his leg muscle, just by just going over that very lightly, starts to bring that process where we're starting to bring this guy outwards and build him outwards. And that's all we're trying to do. Wet dry brush, really light. Yeah, pretty much. Dry brush, light. Very light. Very light. And you see what I'm doing here? The less paint on the brush, the harder I start to work that in there a little bit. Going over his knuckles. And he does got some ugly knuckles there. I try to get in there and I just really try to go over light certain areas, and then all of a sudden as it starts to leave the brush a bit, I really start working in there. I'm working into the chest, which you can't see. There we go. See it now here we go. Hold on. Let's stop it right here. Perfect. Look at his chest. Look how his chest muscle is. Okay? I start to bring that out by just taking that color and then working it in over his face, okay, working into the chest area, as you see, and really starting to try to bring some of that definition, because there is a lot of definition. Look at his arms. Look how sculpted his arms are, and how we're just working right here and just trying to get that brush in there and work it around. Now, I don't think you can see my mouse. Oh, yeah, you can. You can see my mouse, and I'm just pointing everything out here. All right, let's continue on. There we go. Just really taking that brush and working it in there. Working it over and then working into the midsection. Perfect. Exactly what we want to do. Just into that kneecap. And I'm using cheap brushes because I'm going to ruin brushes on this stuff. There's no other way around it. Now that backpack is not going to stay that color. I used that. Yeah, I used that is actually a Xandri dust that I used on the backpack. I wanted to do that because I wanted to use that as a base as we started to work our way through here. And there you go. You know, that kind of sets up what I wanted to do here. I'm really digging that in there. And you see where he's starting to come out. He's starting to become this incredible figure. Then I'm going to take some of this oak brown. Yeah, I mix up my paints and I do different things. You see all the dead cultists around. And I kind of went over that a little bit. I kind of wanted to darken up that thing. And I wanted to come over that strap with that nice oak brown because it kind of leaked through. It was kind of a little transparent and it kind of worked its way through, which was perfect for what I wanted to do. There we go. And you see I just come all the way down the backpack. I'm not too worried about that. I actually started I went and used that again over the stick there, as you can see. So now I'm taking some Ushabi bone, our old friend Ushabi bone. You know how we love Ushabi bone. And I'm going over all the bone areas. And just nice and lightly. I'm not worried about hitting everything so close and concise because I'm going to put a wash over this when it dries. So I'm just being very careful. I'm using a bigger brush there. Just trying to I want to get his horns. I want to get that piece. Yeah, there we go. That's exactly what we want to do. We want to get inside there a little bit. Is the sculpt a fawn? I thought it was a citer or something like that. I don't know. All I know, it's cool. I painted it. And we're going to tell a story. We're going to tell a really nice story with this. Whether I'm going to do it myself or maybe you guys are going to write something and tell me what the figures at the end, how are we going to put these together and tell this wonderful story that we're kind of making up our own Oathsworn story for the Deepwoods. Something that just go in there. Next thing I'm going to do is, let's just back up there because it went by real fast. Whoops. Come on. See, we can go fast mode. Oh, okay, there we go. Corn red. That's exactly. I didn't see it. I was too busy looking at this. Dennis, how are you? So we're going to take that corn red, and what we're going to do, and as you can see, I finished painting the horns to a degree. I'm not too worried about getting this all in here. You were so lucky. I wish to wear your shoes now. No, nobody does. Trust me. Everybody else got these really nice demo kits and stuff like that, so you could play the game for the next year. You know, it's only one scenario, but you can play the scenario for at least the next year. There we go. And then we're just taking in there, and I'm sorry about the angle. It's a big model, so sometimes it's hard to really get those angles. But you can look how the color is going to dry up on the staff that he's carrying with that poor dude. That poor dude is just a bighorn satyr. I can't say that. I think Rob is right. It's some sort of bighorn satyr. Well, thank you, Monster X, for bailing me out there. Look at that. Look how... Now... Oh, come on, Rob. Turn it a little bit. And it's hard because you're trying to get behind there. And I want to point out that, you know, he's got... You've got to get behind that piece there, because also behind there's... Yeah, behind there they got it... so you're trying to get everything without painting over the dude again. So this loincloth was not the easiest thing. Jedi Jeff, how are you? It's not the easiest thing to paint for sure. And we're just working in here. And yeah, I see, you know, I'll see something and I go, oh, okay, let me get that. Let me get that. Because hey, you can't hit it all. And you know, you have to be very careful and very meticulous in a way. Because you think, oh, well, it's easier to paint a bigger model because there's bigger spaces. Well, I assure you one thing. With bigger spaces, there's bigger problems. Screaming Skull. Now, Screaming Skull, we're going to use Screaming Skull to go over some things here. But before we do that, yeah, I think already I put some wash over here, but we'll go back to it. So you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so we used an Agrath Earthshade over there. And all I'm going to do is go over... Look how lightly I'm going over this bone. Okay? We took an Agrath Earthshade and we put the shade on there. I thought I had put in there that we had done that. We're doing the staff there. Now look at that. I'm getting a little on the staff, but that's okay, because I'm going to go back over it anyways. We want to get that nice little bone on his loincloth and cover that. There we go. And it's kind of hard when you have the camera at a certain angle, but you're going to see where we're going to kind of go over everything. We're going to work in here, and he has some skulls on the side. I'm going to show you the figure completely, but I just right now, I'm watching this the same time you are. This is the first time I'm seeing it. And I'm just going to work upwards here. Now you see how that wrapping really starts to come together? There you go. You see those skulls on the side. I'm going to take some Night Quester flesh here. And you can see I finished the bone by just dry brushing over that very, very lightly. Now you see I got it over a few areas, but we're okay with that. Now that Night Quester flesh, let's go back a little bit. Hold on. Okay, that right there is a new paint, and I really like it because I got it on that brush there, and I'm going to work it off a bit. So let's watch exactly what I do here. I start taking it off, but you see how I have that nice wet area over there? There we go. So now I really want to start bringing this flesh out. See how that vein's there? Very lightly I'm going to go over this. And you're going to see how this is all going to come together. Hopefully I turn it enough. There we go. Hold on. Come on, do it again, kid. There we go. Look here. This is what I'm going for. I'm highlighting his thigh his muscularity. Okay, I really want to make him, he's a fierce beast. If he gets his hands on you, he's going to rip you to shreds. And that's what we're going for. Okay, he didn't get that guy on a stick by accident. You know, he didn't go down to, Winn-Dixie or Stop and Shop, depending on where you are in the world, and say, yeah, can I have a guy on a stick for barbecue? No. He had to go out and get that dude. And, if you're going to, first of all, you're going to be a lot taller than a human. And then you're going to bust that dude up. So, obviously, you're going to be pretty powerful. Because you're not going to knock on the dude's door and go, hey, are you doing anything? Do you feel like being lunch? No. Now look exactly what we're doing here. We're just taking that, and we have so little on that brush, and and you see me just scrubbing it in there. And see how it brings those veins out? Let's stop right here. See how those, again, this is what I'm talking about. This area here. Look at the definition here, how dark it goes here, and then his kneecap gets lighter. His thigh, it gives you a feel of power. And that's exactly what we're going for. We're looking to dig in some power there. And that's what we're doing by going over this the way we are. Look at those horns. Got those horns. Got the skeleton there. And I'm really taking it. I'm working this brush hard. I went over that with an Agrath Earthshade, which I'll show you because I think I might have accidentally deleted that file. I mean, it was about 30 seconds of me going, oh, look, Agrath Earthshade, go over. There we go. But you can see how dark the human is up there on his little thing there. Yeah, there we go. And I'm really now I'm really working this color in here because I really want to work that in there. I want to start bringing his face out. I want you to start to see what he is. Now we're going to take Scrag Brown. And you see how that's a little bit lighter? I keep on working these browns outward to give this guy some incredible depth. But what I want to do with the Scrag Brown is I really want to work his mane. I don't want that to just be one color. I want to have some definition in there. And just a little. You don't need a lot. You just need enough to start bringing that out. And you see how it starts coming outwards. And that's exactly what we're looking to do here. And just, going over his arms, working his way through, and just, really just, there we go. Exactly. That's exactly what we were trying to do. And as you can see, that's just that hair there around his hoof. So the dude got a hoof. So not only is he jacked, he can run fast too. So there's no getting away. Checking the chat here. Okay, we're good. All right, so again, just grinding it in there. And then we're going to just work around his facial area. Exactly. Just that little bit of touch there. It's going to make a difference, especially when we start putting his features in like we want to do. Now look at his back. Look how ripped his back is. And that's by just taking those layers upon layers upon layers. And that's exactly what we're going for. I mean, we want power. We're telling a story with this guy. Okay, this guy's telling us a story. This figure, when Toby put this together, he saw this guy, and in his mind, this wonderful figure tells the story. I mean, look at that. All right, let me see if I can freeze it right here. Look at the chest development. The legs are almost the most important part of this entire model here. And the reason being, hey, thank you, John. The reason being is that he's mostly leg, okay? And that's telling us a story right there. The power, how he's slunched over. We want to bring out the power in this figure. And that's exactly what we're doing here. Wonderful. Mom Gamer, how are you? I haven't seen you in quite some time. I hope you're well. I hope you're well. Alright, what's going on here? Okay, there we go. Well, we had a little drop off, I think. And we're just working in there. We're doing what we need to do. Perfect. Exactly what we were looking for. So now we're going to take some Evil Sun Scarlet, and I believe we're going to put that into his eyes. And you really gotta, these eyes are small, so you really want to make sure that you get that in there. And you see, I'm just taking my time. See how I lean against my own hand, because to steady my shot there. Boom. Right in there. Also, we took a little bit of a Ushabi bone and we put some teeth in there. We just took some time. I had to get that close to me, so I didn't film that because I had my little headset on. And you'll see that kind of just worked his teeth in there. Oh, come on. Yeah, there's his eyes. And you see how that red Owlson, he's no good. He's no good. You got those red eyes? There you go. There you go. Last thing I wanted to paint in here, and let me stop it right here. I waited to the end to paint in this arm that's hanging out of the back. Okay, and also this foot. And then right here we have like this, it's a tooth that is actually keeping everything and all those human parts inside the bag. Like I said, we wanted to make him look powerful because basically he's just going around grabbing a bunch of people and throwing them in a bag. So, maybe that's part of your story. Maybe he's just terrorizing. So, there. That's where we bring out the Agrath Earthshade. So we're going to take and just go over that so we can close out some depth. And then we're going to go over that backpack real well because I wanted to darken it up. Remember, we started with one color and then we went to the oak brown, and then I want to go over and I want to darken up that loincloth because nobody has a clean loincloth when you're out chasing humans and putting them into bags. You're going to get dirty. Red Sun Scarlet, you can use to highlight his robe. Yes, I did. Definitely. So there you go. So anyways, there you go. Now, there's the war bear. He's going to be part of our story. Now, as you can see, I already kind of just put a little wash over him because I'm going to build out his skin before I do all his armor. So I really wanted to just throw a wash over the spray paint that I put on there, which is a gray sear. And he is for next week. So we're going to be telling this wonderful, wonderful story. And we're going to go down and I'm going to show you exactly. I threw a little wash over that base just for now. I think I'm going to cut him off the base. Or maybe I'm going to build the base into the thing. I haven't decided yet. But it's something that we are going to decide. And you can see that there he is. It wasn't that hard. It's actually really easy. Hi, Barbara. How are you? And there you go. That's all we needed to do and needed to see. And very, very easy to do. That is for sure. And boy, that was 20 minutes. That was quick. All right, let's go back up top. So, there you have it. There's step-by-step on how to do that. So when you get yours, so now you see exactly what we have here. And now, we have something to tell this story. So, the thing is here's this tree, and we're going to move this up here a little bit. There we go. And then the way I kind of figured it is this tree means something. And here we have, and let me see if I can get a little closer so you guys can see the big fella. You can see I did go over with the scarlet. And there he is. All done, ready. And whether he stays on this base, I'm going to try to figure that out. I don't know. But right now, I want this tree to mean something. Okay? And the way we're going to have this in a box, it's going to be a beautiful framed box. And then we're going to build the terrain inside this. And this is going to be our centerpiece. And I'm going to wonder, what do we want to do? Because alone against him, and maybe I just turn it this way, just so you guys can see, is this creature versus our war bear. All right, and I want to build this beautiful diorama around this and tell this wonderful story. Why is he by himself? Why is he fighting him? And what does this tree mean? Maybe the tree's over here. He's defending the tree. Maybe this tree has some kind of magical properties, and we can build a beautiful landscape around it. Or maybe this tree is evil, and his friends have, and he's decided to come and face this creature alone, and maybe this has some kind of properties or something. Maybe there's some swamp area here, or maybe this is just something neutral that they are both fighting, and this tree just has some kind of magical property that they both want to claim. I don't know. Maybe you can cut out a space for his base to fit in the diorama. Yeah, I could do that too. That way you can still use it for Oathsworn. Well, we'll wait and see when Oathsworn comes. I'm not worried about that, but the whole thing is, what I want you guys to do is take a good look at this, okay? And let me just move this where, ooh, okay, over here. No, over there. Forgive me. And take a look, because we're going to be painting the other parts of this and starting the diorama next week. So if you have any ideas and something in your mind for these three, maybe there's a story that you want to tell, send it to novaprime860@hotmail.com, and we're going to build in the beautiful frame that we have. And I have some beautiful plaster that we're going to build this beautiful landscape. Maybe there's a pond there. Maybe there's all kinds of different things, but these two are going to face each other, and it has to be resolved. What's the story behind it? What's the theme behind it? novaprime860@hotmail.com. Think about it all this week, and let me know, by Sunday, so we can start working on it, and start coming up with some wonderful ideas. We're going to tell our own story, and I think that's just such a cool thing that we can do, and we can do it and build it together. Of course, I'm going to have to be your hands, and you guys are going to be my imagination, or maybe I just go with what I like. But let's just see. We're going to leave it up to you guys, that's for sure, and we'll see what we come up with. So I think it's a great idea. I think it'll be fun, and we'll be able to do it over the next couple of weeks. We have so many painting videos that I already have ready to show you guys and narrate over. I'm really excited about. We got Cthulhu, Death May Die. We have, oh my God, Kingdom Death Monster. You're going to be seeing some stuff being painted from there. And of course, we're going to be working on this project together. So a lot of things coming up. Let's see, what does John say? Oh, I can actually get out of this, which is good. And I can go and pull up the background here. There we go. So now I can, now I got to put my glasses back on. John says, think I would put a lot of green for moss and algae on the bark. Yeah, that's a good idea. See, that's a nice idea. To help separate the cedar from the browns of the tree. Maybe we can actually, I was actually thinking maybe if we moved it here. Oh, here, let's go back down there. Maybe we moved it towards him and we had these golden acorns hanging from it. Maybe we could tell a story about these golden acorns and put some leaves in here, different color leaves. Maybe make the tree half dying. Maybe because he's here, he's causing this tree to die on one side. And on the other side are these magical and mythical acorns or something. We could really just do whatever we want. We want to bring the greens and some beauty, and yes, of course, moss and stuff like that. Or just maybe the tree's almost dead, and there are those grays and greens in there as it clings to life, and as he tries to permeate it with his absolute evil and undoing. Ugh. There's so much to tell. There's such a wonderful story in there, and this is going to be so much fun because we get to paint it together, and you can see what you come up with for ideas and how I can bring it to life. Hopefully, I don't know. I'm not the best at this, but I think it'll be fun. It's something we can do together, and that's what we always enjoy is doing. We didn't get a demo kit. That's okay. We got these 3 pieces, and we're going to build something beautiful, and then maybe auction it off. And then, as you guys are waiting for this wonderful, fantastic game to come out, you'll be able to sit there and just maybe, I can't wait to see all these beautiful things that come together, and how this wonderful story is going to be told from their viewpoint as well as ours with our little diorama that we're going to be making. So there we go. So there you go. There you have it. We wrapped this up in a half hour. Then that's exactly what the whole point, about 37 minutes. And that's all I'm looking to do is keep it to 40 to 45 minutes where we do these paint videos, and we do it live and we talk about it and go through it. Of course, my rambling goes farther. Again, if I spoil, we tried to put it out in the beginning. I didn't want to spoil it for anybody, but all I can say is this is just a magnificent creature. And I'm telling you right now, Toby did a wonderful job sculpting this, and I really enjoyed painting this. So now we just got to figure, do we want to cut them off the base? Do we want to keep them in the base? Do we want to build everything around these guys? But that's one thing. We got our bad guy all set, but now next, we got this beautiful warbear, who happens to be my favorite character. I do have the cards from it, and I'm going to show you. And I have some ideas here what to do. Now this one's a female that's right here, Ursus Warbear, and this one's a little bit different, but I do have the idea how I want the metal and how I want the flesh to stand out, and how we are going to bring, sorry about the light, there we go, that finger. We're going to bring this wonderful creature to life because he's going against this mythical huge creature, and we're gonna have some fun with it. Any idea about how long you actually worked on it? For me, it took me about, I think it was about an hour and about 2 hours. 2 hours. I did it last night, and I wanted to make sure I had it ready for today. So it took me about 2 hours. When I get going, I'm doing other things, so it's always this. There's always transition. There's no wasted space. I'm constantly doing things. Mom Gamer, may I ask, do you spend more of your time painting minis or playing games? Which do you enjoy more? I think it's an equal amount of time of both. I paint the games so I can play them. Because on this channel, if I was to come and play a game with just gray figures, I would never hear the end of it because people expect me to have things painted. So games that I want to play, I make sure I get it done painted, and then we play it live here on the channel 99% of the time, and we just have a wonderful time of doing it. Thank you. That's a pretty good question. Thank you, as always, Miss Mom Gamer. You are just awesome, as always. Stefan, how are you? Rob, are this the resin models or the PVC ones? I think these are resin. These are prototypes. These are not final. These are the prototype. This is resin, though. This is definitely resin. I can tell by the bubbles. And is this resin? This is PVC. I can tell it because this is plastic. And this also is resin. So you got 2 resins and then PVC. There you go. So I hope that answered all your questions. All right, what are we at? 41 minutes? Not bad, not bad. Short, to the point. Been looking forward to this for a while, Rob. You didn't disappoint. Thank you, John. That means a lot. That means a lot to me. More than you can ever know. So, hey, the Kickstarter ends in a few days. If you are not a part of this, you need to get part of this fantastic, fantastic game. These guys have done a fantastic job. It's at 1.65 million, I believe. And I believe it ends November 3rd. So you got a couple of days here. You're not going to be disappointed. I don't think they can ever disappoint you guys. And I think they've done a fantastic job. They have come up with some fantastic things. And I really hope that you'll go out and support this in the waning days here. And it's a great game. There we go. Okay, thanks, says Stefan. Well, you're welcome, my friend. Guys, it has been fun. Now, listen. If you have a story in your little heads for these three wonderful creatures, okay? Maybe they're facing this way. I don't know. Maybe you just see something in your mind. Write it to me. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Because I would love to see it. Have you considered going back to oil painting? You used to enjoy oil painting. Matter of fact, oil painting, I will be doing. I finally built an area where I can do it without ruining everything. So I'm just waiting for the end of November, and then we will be doing three more paint stories. One of them I have to finish because it's actually for somebody. And the other two, I'm just going to tell a story from my childhood, and we're going to paint it. What is the one thing that got you hooked on the game? I really enjoyed. The thing that really got me was how you had these cards in your hand, and it had just this incredible feel that, okay, if I play this here, this is going to move all these cards. The strategic part of getting your powers back in your hands, and then facing these unbelievable foes. And then, of course, the role-playing aspect. That map and how going certain areas are going to help you get to a point to face these insurmountable bosses where you can just get wiped out. I really love a good story, and that's what hooks me. If the theme is there and it's very deep, that is what's going to pull me in, because I love things like that. I'm a big role-playing fan. I'm a big you have to have theme. I recently did a video for Storms of Steel, and the theme there, how wonderful it is, how beautiful it is, and what a great job Uwe did with that. Just you can feel it in war games, you can feel it in board games, all kinds of different games. The Terminator, Fall of Skynet, how it tells the story, and you become immersed and you want to find out what happens, but playing through it, you're living through it and you're feeling it. And for me, that's just a lot of passion there, and that's what keeps me going here. All right, I think we said it all. I think we've done it all. And once again, it's wonderful as always to spend time with you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something today. I hope the video was good enough that you got enough out of it. And don't forget, if you have something in your head, and don't forget, we have our auction. We have 7 lots that we're giving away for charity. Okay, be sure to check those out. We are taking all that money and giving it away to charity. It's getting to that time of the year when people don't have things at Thanksgiving and Christmas, so we're going to be doing a couple of charity auctions. We have a lot of 7 things. I can tell you right now that there is no bids on 1, 4, and 7. These are fantastic lots. You can get them, give them as Christmas presents, because some of them are brand new, right out of the box. Okay, they still have shrink wrap. There's a lot of great stuff, and pick the thing that works for you and throw in a bid, because you never know. And that way we can get it all out to you, and we can get that money to the charities that are needed. All right. Wonderful job. Thank you for another lovely show. Thank you, Mom Gamer. That's very kind of you. Johnny, thank you. You're one of the good guys, Rob. Thank you for your input, effort, and enthusiasm, buddy. Well, thank you, Johnny. That means a lot to me. So thank you so much. It's what keeps me going, is trying to put smiles on faces and helping people mostly, and giving to our charities. And that's why I do what I do. The minute you can't, what's the point, right? Do you have a link? It's on the web. It's right on the front part of my channel here, Barbara. You can see it. If you just click, it'll say, oh God. Hold on. I know I have it right here. Hold on. Of course, I'm looking at it. Why don't I do this? This way I can give it to you. I can give you the name of the video. And I'll be giving an update. It ends on November 3rd. So this Sunday. You have plenty of time. Check out the lots. See if it's something for you or something that you can give to somebody. The auction is back and live starting now. That's the name of the video. Yeah, real good. Ends November 3rd. Yeah. So we've got quite a few views there. Check it out. We've got a few bids. There's a few things that people aren't bidding on, but don't be afraid to bid. You might be shocked and find that you have something great there. All right, so let me make sure that I've asked to answer. Beautiful work, Rob. Thank you. Thank you for sharing with us. You know, I've been thinking of you a lot, Godzilla Lover. I've got a few things I want to show you. Next stream, I'll make sure I have them out here. So, you've been in my thoughts. So, hey, I love you all. Barbara, I love you too. Barbara is one of the best people out there. Just salt of the earth. And kind and good to all people. Remember that. She's good to everyone. And she's been extremely kind to me and this channel. And she is someone that means a lot to us here. All right. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob saying thanks for watching this. And we will see you soon. Remember, NovaPrime860@hotmail.com. Tell me your story, what you see with these 3 figures. Maybe I'll pick it and we'll build it. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys soon. I'm supposed to hang here for a second and wait for the video to catch up so I can sign out, so it actually catches me saying goodbye. All right. Love you all. See you.